Hi again, Luvuyo Mkigela here. Today we're discussing how not to get trapped by misconceptions. These misconceptions, obviously, we all have them as a people. So you probably know them and you're probably gonna resonate very much with them. So without further ado, the first one is, have you heard people when they say to you, you have changed? I'm sure you've heard that phrase more than once. Like, hey man, how are you? You have changed. Like, yeah, I did. I have. Thank you. You know? First of all, nothing remains the same in the universe. Like a second ago is not the same as now. Just like yesterday is not the same as today. We all know this, right? We know this. All of us. Obviously, as human beings, we are creatures of habit. And so, obviously, when change comes to disrupt that cycle of a habit or routine, we don't like it. We make excuses when change comes. We prolong it, delay it. But change is the only constant in this universe. It's there, it's happening right now as we speak. So obviously, our brains are wired in that way, right? We all have an ego. And an ego doesn't want or doesn't like unknowns. It likes to know everything from A up to Z. Everything. It wants to know up and down and up. And if there's only up and no down, it will have a problem. That's the ego. If you don't conscientize it, it will control you. It will convince you otherwise about you and yourself and your life. So, you've heard the phrase, you have changed. No one embarks on a journey to improve themselves without them having to go through a change or a transformation. Like no one can say to you, hey, I went to university 4 years ago and I'm still the same and this is what I wanted. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Hey, I used to work at Caltex last year and I'm still the same. No, you're not. Nothing stays the same. Even a corpse 6 feet under the ground still decays, still gonna rot to become dust. Nothing stays the same. The universe is alive as much as Earth is alive. Everything is alive, vibrating at a certain frequency. You are as well. Obviously, people will say these phrases to you when they see something in you that they don't like, or maybe there was something before that they used to get from you and now they cannot get it anymore because your mentality has changed. T.D. Jakes says there is nothing as powerful as a changed mind. Hey, I can change my place. I can live in Cape Town now. You have problems there, move away, go to Mpumalanga, move away, go to Tanzania, move away, go to Lesotho. But I am still with me as I'm going to Lesotho, Tanzania, Mpumalanga, Cape Town. I'm taking with me. I'm taking me with. And if me has not sorted out the problems here, I'm still going to recycle my experiences everywhere I go. Because as I go to Cape Town, I don't leave myself here and say, okay, let me remove me from me and go see what's going on in the world, that I'll come back to me again. There's no such a thing. You take yourself with. You want to change your life? Change your mentality. Perception. You change your perception, your world changes. You change the way you think, your world changes. There's a quote by Maya Angelou says, if you have an attitude, if you can, let's say it says you want to change something, or you have a problem about something, you try change it, right? And if you see that your efforts of changing it don't work, you change your attitude about it so that you don't look at it the same way. Why do you have to change your attitude about it? It's because most of the problems we have as human beings in this world are the way we look at the world. It's just perception. It's not the problem itself. It's not what we say is the problem itself. It's us. It's how we look at it. So I'm sure you've heard that that phrase, that you have changed. When someone says you have changed, now you must say, I didn't work hard to remain the same. No one does, and no one should. And we should change to develop ourselves. Don't change to fit in or whatsoever, to compromise self. Change because you want to do that. Change for the better, to better yourself, to be a greater version of yourself.